You're not watching this video by chance. Something in your field has shifted, and the universe has chosen this moment to warn you that a quantum leap is about to happen. Over the next 7 days, the energy of prosperity will begin to reorganize around you. Small signs will appear, doors will align, and you will feel a silent certainty that something great has already begun. But for this to manifest, there's a secret almost no one understands. The leap doesn't happen when the money arrives. It begins when you vibrate like someone who is already prosperous. There's a moment in life when the field begins to respond before the mind even realizes it. You feel a different restlessness, a gentle premonition that something invisible is being prepared. And it's no coincidence. It's the financial field beginning to collapse new possibilities around you. Everything that seemed distant, an opportunity, an answer, a flow of money, begins to slowly approach, as if a silent force were repositioning you. What's happening now isn't just luck. It's the beginning of the vibrational realignment of your prosperity. Most people believe that wealth manifests when something external changes, when a salary increases, when a client appears, when an opportunity finally arises. But the truth is that all of this is an effect, not a cause. True change happens within, when the body and mind begin to vibrate in coherence with the field of abundance. This is when the quantum leap begins. It's not a sudden event, it's a vibrational shift. A point at which the old energy of fear, of haste, of need begins to dissolve, and a new financial identity quietly takes hold. You don't need to seek prosperity. You just need to stop vibrating like someone who doesn't have it. The field doesn't respond to desperate desire, but to the vibration of certainty. And certainty arises when you feel that you already have it, even before you see it. When this feeling stabilizes within you, money ceases to be a result and becomes a natural consequence. It begins to flow to you because your energy has become compatible with the energy of abundance. The financial quantum leap is this: the moment you stop chasing and start attracting by frequency. It's the moment you stop being a seeker and become an emitter. It's the exact point where your vibration begins to emit the same tone as the field that creates prosperity. Nothing changes outside until something changes inside. But when it does, the universe responds in a precise, mathematical way, almost impossible to ignore. Perhaps in the last few days you've felt something strange, a mixture of anxiety and calm, as if something were approaching but still without form. This sensation isn't confusion, it's alignment. The quantum field responds first with vibrations, then with signals, and finally with events. And that's what's happening to you now. The leap began before you even realized it. Think, how many times have you felt you were close to something big but ended up falling back into the old pattern? How many times has the fear of lack made you act like you still need to fight for everything? This cycle repeats itself as the mind tries to create a new reality with the vibration of the old self. The field doesn't respond to desire, it responds to coherence. And the secret is this: it's not about asking louder, it's about becoming compatible. Money doesn't come because you chase it. It comes because you transform into the kind of person the field recognizes as the source. And when that happens, there's no effort, there's flow. Opportunities appear naturally, paths open, and the feeling of scarcity begins to fade. It's as if the universe says, now you're ready to receive what has always been yours. You don't manifest wealth because you need it. You manifest it because your vibration is a unique signature in the field. When it aligns with the frequency of abundance, nothing can stop the movement. The field begins to rearrange people, events, and even unlikely circumstances to create the perfect scenario. And this isn't magic, it's quantum physics applied to consciousness. The human mind has been trained to believe that money is an achievement, not a consequence. That's why so many become frustrated. They pray, visualize, affirm, but they continue to vibrate the same scarcity they're trying to overcome. The true quantum leap is silent. It doesn't happen when the deposit hits the account, but when the body believes without a doubt that it is already prosperous. The collapse of reality occurs the instant emotion and intention become one frequency. When you feel gratitude for something that hasn't yet manifested, the field interprets that emotion as confirmation of receipt. It understands it's already been delivered, and it begins to shift the structures of reality to support this new state. This is why often right after a deep meditation or a sincere vibrational practice, you notice immediate signs, an unexpected message, an invitation, a seemingly impossible coincidence. The field doesn't need time, only coherence. But here's the defining point. You need to stay. It's not enough to feel for a moment. The financial quantum leap is complete when the new vibration becomes your natural home. That's when you wake up feeling already rich in energy, ideas, and tranquility, and this vibration becomes more real than any bank balance. At that point, the universe begins to mirror your inner state with precision. Prosperity is a vibrational language, and the field responds to that language with absolute fidelity. If the body vibrates fear, the field returns situations that confirm the lack. If the body vibrates trust and gratitude, the field returns circumstances that reflect this stability. The quantum leap occurs when this language stabilizes within you, when your body and mind begin to emit the same signal. You may be just days away from crossing the vibrational point of no return, the point at which the old financial identity begins to disintegrate and the new flow begins to dominate your life. That's why the universe brought you here. This video is no longer content, it's a vibrational mirror. It appears when the field senses that your energy is ready to cross. Notice the signs. What you feel now is no coincidence, it's resonance. The field has recognized you. And from that moment on, every emotion you sustain will be a vibrational command sent to the universe. Money will begin to respond not to what you say, but to what you vibrate. And if you stay at this frequency for the next 7 days, you'll notice a clear change. Anxiety diminishes, confidence grows, and signals begin to multiply. Perhaps you'll notice an unexpected amount, an advance payment, a conversation that opens a new path. All of this is the field saying, keep going, you're vibrating correctly. The quantum leap isn't a miracle coming from outside, it's the result of an internal field that has finally reached coherence. And once you tap into this vibration, nothing is the same again. Now close your eyes for a moment, breathe deeply, feel the air coming in, going out. Imagine that each breath you take is synchronizing your energy with the vibration of abundance. Visualize a golden light surrounding your body, expanding, connecting with the field, and realize this light doesn't come from outside, it comes from within you. It's your personal field opening to receive. When you vibrate like this, the universe responds in real time. It doesn't need proof, just coherence. And this coherence begins the moment you decide to stop seeing yourself as someone who seeks and start seeing yourself as someone who already is. Because at the deepest level, prosperity isn't coming. It's already here, just waiting for you to recognize it. The quantum leap isn't a destination, it's a return to the original vibration of abundance, where everything already exists and nothing needs to be achieved. And that's why, from this moment on, your task isn't to look for signs, it's to recognize that they've already begun to appear. Because the field only needs a clear vibrational command, and that command is your current emotion. If you now feel a warmth in your chest, a slight shiver, an inexplicable tranquility, know this: the field is responding. The first movement has already happened. You don't need to run, you just need to stay. Abundance is already reaching you because you've begun to vibrate as someone who is already the source of your own prosperity. Have you ever noticed how your mind tries to convince you that you're still not enough? Even after feeling the vibration of abundance, something inside you whispers, but what if it doesn't work out? What if it's just a coincidence? This is the old pattern trying to pull you back. The body has been conditioned to believe that security comes from control, that prosperity comes from effort, and that worthiness must be proven. But the quantum field doesn't respond to the logic of scarcity. It responds to the coherence of vibration. While your mind doubts, the field waits. It doesn't deny your request. It simply waits for you to sustain the new vibrational state long enough for reality to reorganize itself. The problem isn't the field, it's the frequency of waiting. Waiting is the most subtle trap of scarcity. Because when you say, "I'm waiting for the money to arrive," what the field hears is, "It's not here yet." And since the universe doesn't distinguish between what you desire and what you vibrate, it keeps showing you exactly that, a future that never arrives. Therefore, the financial quantum leap begins when you leave the vibration of waiting and enter the vibration of experiencing. When you stop waiting for prosperity and start acting, speaking, and feeling like someone who already lives in abundance. It's not about pretending. It's about teaching the body to feel the vibration of wealth until it becomes the new normal. The body is the translator between the mind and the field. If it vibrates fear, the field understands scarcity. If it vibrates gratitude, the field understands prosperity. The secret is to create a new internal state and maintain it, because the energy you maintain is the energy that commands the field. Money doesn't come because you need it, but because you've become the type of frequency that naturally attracts it. It's not a reward, it's a reflection. Everything you experience externally is merely a mirror of what vibrates internally. And when you begin to feel that you are already prosperous, something begins to silently reorganize itself. You change your vibrational tone, and the field responds in sync. New people appear, paths open, ideas blossom, all as a natural consequence of the new signal you're emitting. But the body, accustomed to the old pattern, will resist. In the first few days, you may feel tired, bored, irritated. This isn't failure. It's the body trying to maintain the familiar. It fears the new even if the new is better. And that's why the quantum leap seems so challenging. Not because the universe is slow, but because the mind is attached. It identifies so much with the story of scarcity that it fears being lost without it. But it is precisely at this point of discomfort that the leap begins. You don't need to fight fear. You just need to observe it without identifying with it. Fear is an old vibrational memory trying to survive. When you observe it with awareness, it dissolves. And the more you let go, the more lightness enters. This is how the body begins to release the energy that was trapped in the pattern of lack. Every time you choose to feel gratitude, even without apparent reason, a layer of this pattern dissolves. And the field notices. It responds with subtle signals, a conversation, an intuition, a small, unexpected gain. These are the first stirrings of the new reality finding you. The energy of abundance is like a radio frequency. You don't need to create it. It already exists. You just need to tune in. And tuning in happens when you elevate your emotional state, when the emotion of already having becomes more real than the memory of not yet having. This is the point at which the body begins to believe before the eyes see. And the field obediently reorganizes everything to confirm this new belief. The mistake is trying to make it work, because all excessive effort vibrates lack. True power lies in trusting surrender, in the silent certainty that the universe has already begun its invisible work. Doubt is like interference with a signal. It interrupts the flow and slows the collapse of reality. But when you choose to trust, even without proof, the field accelerates the process. Because vibrational faith isn't about expecting miracles, it's about becoming living proof that they are already happening. You're not here to learn how to make money. You're here to remember that money is just one of the languages of the field. It responds to the same vibration that creates life, love, and expansion. And when you become consistent with this vibration, everything aligns naturally. Nothing is forced, everything flows. You stop looking for signs and start being the sign. And it is in this state that prosperity becomes inevitable. Now imagine, what would it be like to wake up tomorrow and feel a deep tranquility when thinking about money? What would it be like to look at your accounts and, instead of anxiety, feel only confidence? What would it be like to act today with the vibrational certainty that everything you need is already coming? This feeling is the frequency of abundance. It doesn't depend on circumstances. It arises from the coherence between what you think and what you feel. The body learns through repetition. Every time you choose the vibration of trust, you are reprogramming your cells. Chemistry changes, neurotransmitters adjust, and a new energetic signature begins to dominate your field. Over time, this new vibration becomes the default, and when that happens, reality must respond. The quantum leap isn't about the future, it's about permanence. You're not going to take a leap, you're already in the middle of it, and the field only needs your coherence to complete the movement. Think of the times when something improbable happened and you said, "That was a miracle." In truth, it was the field responding to a brief vibrational coherence. For an instant, you believed without doubt, and the universe responded. What you call a miracle is just the temporary reflection of a mind in perfect harmony with the heart. The secret is to prolong this state until it becomes natural. And that's what separates those who manifest consistently from those who live solely on lucky breaks. Financial manifestation isn't a game of techniques, but of identity. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And what you are is determined by the emotion you most frequently hold. That's why the field doesn't respond to the phrase, "I want to prosper," but vibrates instantly when you say with presence, "I am prosperity." Emotion is the code the universe understands, and this code is immutable. You only receive what is consistent with what you vibrate. Everything that exists now in your financial life is a mirror of your predominant vibration over the past few months. And the good news is that this mirror can be changed, not with effort, but with vibrational permanence. Money begins to come naturally when you stop feeling deprived of it, because lack vibrates absence, and absence perpetuates distance. The key is to feel full, complete, and abundant before you have external reasons to do so. This is the real leap, not from the outside in, but from the inside out. You are already the cause of the prosperity you seek, and that's why, when this consciousness begins to vibrate, the field bends in response. The energy of money approaches because it recognizes your signature. It sees in you the same frequency that created it. And when this happens, you become a natural magnet for opportunities, partnerships, and synchronicities. The quantum field begins to reorganize itself with precision, and abundance begins to find you in the most unexpected places. It all starts with an internal decision. I choose to be the frequency of wealth. This choice changes everything. It alters your chemistry, your thoughts, and even the way the world sees you. Because when the body vibrates this choice, the field has no alternative, it must respond. This is the law of vibrational coherence, and it is here that the quantum leap is completed. Take a deep breath for a moment and silently say, "I am already what I asked for." Feel the weight of these words in your body, not as a mental affirmation, but as a real emotion. Feel the calm that comes when you stop waiting and start allowing. It is in this silent surrender that the leap occurs. You no longer need to chase abundance because it has already begun to flow toward you. There is a point at which transformation ceases to be theoretical and becomes physical. It is when the mind, heart, and body enter into perfect coherence and the field responds with mathematical precision. From this point on, money, opportunities, and abundance are no longer sought after. They begin to move naturally toward you. The financial quantum leap is just that, an energetic collapse where the invisible becomes tangible. But to understand what truly happens in this process, you need to understand the silent language the field speaks. The quantum field doesn't understand words. It doesn't recognize what you say, but it vibrates what you feel. Every thought sends a frequency, and every emotion shapes that frequency. When both align, you create an energetic signature that the universe recognizes. This signature is like a vibrational address. It's where money, opportunities, and synchronicities are sent. And when there's coherence, the field delivers accurately. But when there's conflict, when you think "I am prosperous" but feel fear, the signal splits and the field returns only noise. The collapse of financial reality happens when the emotion of already having becomes stronger than the memory of not yet having. This is the moment when the body believes. And when the body believes, the mind falls silent and the field obeys. This is the vibrational formula of creation. Clear intention plus heightened emotion. New reality materialized. Intention sends the signal and emotion magnetizes it. Without emotion, thought is just a weak wave that dissipates in the field. But when there is feeling, the energy becomes a directed beam and the universe responds instantly. Imagine the quantum field as an infinite ocean of possibilities. Each drop is a potential reality. Your vibration chooses which drop will become real. When you vibrate scarcity, you dive into cold, dense, predictable waters. When you vibrate abundance, you change vibrational bands. You access hotter, faster, and more magnetic currents. And the longer you stay in them, the more the flow increases. This is the quantum leap, consciously crossing from one vibrational band to another. But for this to happen, the body needs to cooperate, because it is the body that sustains the vibration over time. You can have grandiose thoughts for a few seconds, but if the body still vibrates fear, the field will obey that fear. Therefore, you need to train the body to sense the future before it happens. This is not fantasy, it's neuroscience. When you imagine a scene with genuine emotion, your brain activates the same areas that would be activated if it were actually happening. Your body releases the same hormones, your heart adjusts its rhythm, your breathing changes. In other words, you create within yourself the vibrational memory of your desired future. And the field understands this memory as a reality that has already collapsed. When you do this consistently, the field has no choice. It must rearrange external circumstances to make them compatible with the internal state you've sustained. This is how the invisible becomes concrete. Your body's vibration becomes the mold, and the universe fills this mold with events, people, and opportunities. Your body is the physical proof of your new reality. This is why when you shift your frequency, the world begins to recognize you differently. You begin to emit a different presence. Money, the right people, and the right situations sense this presence and gravitate toward it. Nothing that is yours can be lacking when you vibrate what is yours. The field doesn't understand haste, it understands coherence. Therefore, the true leap forward happens when you stop reacting to lack and start responding with awareness. You may be facing financial difficulty right now, but the question isn't how do I solve this, but what frequency am I sustaining in the face of this? If you react with fear, the field reinforces scarcity. If you respond with trust, it reorganizes reality in your favor. Vibration is the seed and the field's response is the harvest. Every emotion is an energetic instruction sent to the universe. Gratitude says, I have already received. Love says, I am in harmony. Joy says, I am abundance in motion. Fear says, I am not ready. Doubt says, stop the flow. And the field doesn't interpret, it executes. It returns exactly what you emit. Therefore, the daily practice of elevating your emotional state is not optional. It is what sustains the collapse of financial reality. Now, imagine for a moment that you've already achieved everything you wanted. Mentally close your eyes and see yourself living this new life. Feel the lightness, the comfort, the tranquility of knowing there is more than enough. Allow your body to feel this as real, because vibrationally, it is. The field doesn't differentiate between the real and the imagined. It only responds to the dominant frequency. And if this frequency is sustained, the invisible becomes inevitable. The quantum leap is the collapse of doubt. It's the moment when you become incapable of vibrating scarcity because you no longer believe in it. And when this conviction arises within you, prosperity ceases to be a goal and becomes a reflection. The universe begins to mirror you on all levels, mental, emotional, physical, and financial. The right people appear, the right conversations begin, and decisions become intuitive. What seemed like coincidence is merely coherence. It's the field responding with millimeter precision to the new energetic signature you're emitting. And if you doubt the power of this process, observe your body now. It is a quantum machine. Every cell, every thought, every emotion is a unit of energy and information. The body vibrates at billions of frequencies per second. When you change your emotional state, you change the electromagnetic field you emit. This change is measured. It's science. And when the entire body vibrates gratitude, love, and trust, the surrounding field expands. This expansion creates magnetism. And this magnetism is what attracts money, opportunities, and compatible experiences. Therefore, don't try to convince the universe with words. Convince your body with feelings. The body is the transmitter. The mind sends the signal, but the body amplifies it. If the body still vibrates fear, the mind can affirm whatever it wants. The field will hear the fear. But when the body vibrates love and certainty, the field understands immediately. It's already crossed over. It is at that moment that the quantum leap is consolidated, because the old vibration dies and the new begins to command the field. When you understand this deeply, you will realize there is no mystery. The miracle is simply the natural consequence of vibrational coherence. The leap isn't something that happens once. It is a continuous state of expansion. With each new level of trust, the field responds with new signals, and prosperity becomes an endless journey because each expansion makes room for more. You stop wanting to manifest wealth and begin to express the wealth that already is. Abundance isn't a prize, it's a reflection of the frequency you sustain. And that's why people who live at peace with what they have end up attracting more. They vibrate completeness, and the field understands this as readiness. It sends more because it senses there's room to receive. But those who vibrate need convey the opposite. There's no room, there's still a lack. And the universe respects this. It doesn't deliver what the body can't handle. Therefore, when you feel like you're about to receive something great, but nothing has happened yet, know this. The field is testing your coherence. It needs to ensure that you won't revert to a lack of vibration halfway through. And if you remain, if you don't back down, if you maintain the vibration of certainty even without proof, then the leap is complete. The universe understands, he's ready. And when this phrase vibrates in the field, synchronicities begin to multiply. Everything that was stagnant gains movement. What seemed impossible begins to align, and you become the convergence point of abundance itself. At that moment, the mind quiets, the body calms, and the heart expands. Gratitude arises spontaneously, for no apparent reason, and that's where true power appears. When you realize you no longer need anything to feel complete. This is the vibration of pure abundance. The field senses this completeness and responds in an increasing spiral. More opportunities, more clarity, more fluidity. Because what is complete within multiplies without. All the universe wants to know is, can you remain in this state? Can you continue vibrating abundance even when the world tries to distract you? Because manifestation isn't a race, it's a permanence. And the financial quantum leap only stabilizes when you remain. From that point on, prosperity ceases to be a pursuit and becomes a natural extension of your energy. Breathe deeply and allow this certainty to fill your body. Feel the rhythm of your heart. It's beating at the same frequency as the abundance you asked for. Now the field is listening, and it has already begun to respond. There comes a point when there's nothing left to do, just be. The mind falls silent, the body understands, and the soul finally breathes. It's the moment the universe confirms, you've crossed over. At that moment, everything that was searching dissolves, and the field begins to work silently for you. The financial quantum leap isn't an external spectacle, it's an internal realignment. It happens when the old energy, the vibration of fear and lack, is replaced by the gentle certainty that everything is already moving. And this certainty isn't an idea, it's a presence. A silent force that allows you to walk with ease, even without knowing exactly what's coming. Abundance doesn't shout, it flows. It doesn't announce itself, but reveals itself between the lines, in a sudden relief, in an unexpected invitation, in an opportunity that arises when you simply weren't looking for it anymore. The quantum leap is the transition from need to trust, and the universe needs only one thing to confirm its delivery: vibrational coherence. When you think, feel, and act like someone who is already abundant, the field understands the message, and reality begins to reorganize itself around it. You begin to notice small signs, almost imperceptible synchronicities, a number that repeats itself, a conversation that arrives at the right time, an intuition that guides you. These are the echoes of the new vibrational line you've activated. Nothing is coincidence when the energy shifts. Everything is a response. And little by little you understand, the quantum leap is not the end point. It's the starting point of your new frequency. In this new state, life begins to be shaped by a different logic. You don't make decisions out of fear, but out of expansion. You don't seek proof, but feel confirmation. And when something seems to go wrong, you no longer despair. because you know that the field is simply reorganizing itself, pushing away what no longer resonates with your new signature. Reality ceases to be an adversary and becomes an ally. Time ceases to be an enemy and becomes an accomplice. Money ceases to be a problem and becomes a messenger. Everything that once held you back begins to lose its power. This is where you realize the true power of the quantum leap. It's not money that changes your vibration. It's your vibration that changes money. Prosperity begins to flow in ways the mind could never plan. Unexpected checks, deals that fall into place, opportunities that seemed unlikely. The field orchestrates everything with precision. And with each synchronicity, you understand, the universe isn't testing you, it's training you to receive. The financial quantum leap is the point where you become incapable of doubt, because something inside you has already seen, felt, and recognized. There is no more what if, there is only it already is, and it is from this state that abundance consolidates. Now take a deep breath and feel what is happening within you. There is a new energy moving. It is calm, yet intense, soft, yet powerful. It is the field responding to the new code you just emitted. In the coming days, watch closely. The universe will begin to show that it has heard you. Small signs will confirm what you already know. The leap has begun. And with each day, the vibration of abundance will become more natural, more stable, more alive. This is how the new reality consolidates. You are crossing the invisible line between I want and I am. And once you cross that line, there's no going back. Life changes because you've changed. The old vibration loses strength because you no longer feed it. And the universe, recognizing your new frequency, begins to place you exactly where you belong. You become the center of a new field of prosperity, and everything begins to gravitate around it. With each thought of gratitude, the field expands. With each gesture of trust, it responds more quickly. With each choice made with ease, it sends more confirmation signals. You become a stable emitter of the energy of abundance, and the universe begins to mirror this effortlessly. This is true financial freedom, not relying on numbers, but on frequency, not seeking results, but emitting vibrations that inevitably create results. And if at any point you feel your energy wavering, remember, the old vibration may try to return, but it no longer has the same power. You recognize the pattern, breathe, and return to center. Because now you know what it means to abide. Prosperity isn't something you pursue, it's something you sustain. And the more you sustain it, the more natural it becomes. This is the phase where manifestation turns into consolidation. You're no longer creating a new reality. You're inhabiting the field that already contains it. Now the universe only needs a signal from you, a vibrational declaration, a seal of energetic permanence. Close your eyes for a moment and repeat internally. In 7 days, I will make a quantum leap where the universe confirms that I am already abundant. Feel each word anchoring in your body, as if you were recording a new code in the field. Feel your heart beating more lightly, your breathing becoming deeper, your mind quieter. You've just issued an energetic command, and the field has already received it. The leap won't happen. It's already underway. And to sustain this new vibration, there is something that will accompany you daily, something created precisely for this moment of transition. The new Vibrational Reality Manual is not a simple e-book. It is an energetic stabilization field, a space where the vibration of abundance remains alive, even when the world tries to pull you back. Within it, you will find guided practices, activations, and powerful affirmations that keep your body and mind aligned with the frequency of prosperity. It was created to help you consciously and safely navigate the same process you are experiencing now. Each page was written to remind you that the field does not respond to haste, but to permanence, and that abundance does not come to those who wait. It reveals itself to those who vibrate. It is as if, page after page, the universe silently repeated, "Stay here, stay where you asked to be." And it is in this permanence that the financial quantum leap is finally consolidated. The link to the material is below in the pinned comment. So, if what you felt in this video touched you, don't let that state slip away. The field is already active. Now you need to maintain it. And the manual is the perfect tool for this. Use it as an anchor, as a daily ritual, as a vibrational reminder. Because each time you open it, the field recognizes your intention and responds with more clarity, more fluidity, more prosperity. Now, write this affirmation in the comments to anchor the collective field being created here. In 7 days, I will take a quantum leap where the universe confirms that I am already abundant. This is your vibrational declaration. It is the energetic seal that communicates to the universe. I have accepted the leap. Every word is a code, and every comment vibrates like an echo of confirmation in the field. When thousands of people affirm the same truth, the field expands exponentially. You don't just say a sentence, you send a signal, and that signal returns multiplied. As you write, imagine the universe receiving your vibration and responding. It has already been delivered. And from this moment on, may your energy remain stable, coherent, and abundant, because the field has already responded. Now, all you need to do is stay. In the coming days, watch for the signs. The field will begin to confirm what you declared here today. And when that happens, when the unexpected aligns, when money flows, when lightness returns, remember, it wasn't luck, it was vibration. It was your frequency becoming the focal point of creation. And when the universe confirms, smile. You didn't just watch a video, you stepped through a portal. The quantum leap has happened, and from now on, prosperity will be merely a reflection of the vibration you chose to remain with.